Welcome back. We're talking right now with attorney Timothy J. Connors, who's making his first run for the Haverhill City Council. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me, Frank.
Tell me, why have you decided to run for City Council?
So many reasons.
We can go through all of them. It's okay.
Sounds great. Well, Frank, I moved to Haverhill in 2006 with my family, my wife, my two young children. But maybe just to cut it at that, my two children, that's the real reason. They're 2 and 3 years old. I want to make sure that I can contribute to Haverhill to make it a better place for my children and to put them in the best possible position to succeed. So essentially my family, trumps that of any of my other interests as to why I want to be at City Council.
It's kind of a general answer, but if you could be specific as to, I know that you're moving here with your family and you would like to have the best environment for your children. What would be some of the compelling factors that you would be involved in making those changes beneficial not only for your kids, but for everybody else's family?
Absolutely. It's a fair question. Education. I think Haverhill's done a tremendous job of going in the right direction. I want to continue to sail that ship in the right direction in respect to education. Grants, as we know, are not always there forever, so it's going to be incumbent upon us, the City Council, as well as the residents of Haverhill, to make sure that we can do what we can on our part to make sure that we have the best possible education for our children. Additionally, public safety as well, Frank. I'm a tremendous advocate of public safety. Just as part of my law practice, I'm in Haverhill District Court quite a bit. I've talked with DAs, I've talked with judges, I've talked with court officers, and I see it every day. Whether the numbers dictate it or not, I firmly believe that crime is up. I would obviously tremendously advocate to get more police officers out on the street to protect my family, yours, and everyone else here in Haverhill.
We take a look at some of the interesting things where we take a look at how many police officers happen to be on the force 10 years ago versus how many are on today. There are fewer. But the offset of that is supposed to be the high-tech policing and technology that's been able to be implemented. Do you expect that sometimes, maybe in the absence of being able to add more personnel, we need to add more technology?
I think so. It's society's changing in that respect. I mean, a lot of things we do now are more technologically based. So, I mean, absolutely. I know we have, the Haverhill is integrated in their, I don't know how to put it, but they have things where you can text emergencies. They have,
Sure.
Better websites. I think there's always going to be technological developments and breakthroughs that will assist our law enforcement in performing their job. So I do believe there are technical components that can be integrated into making our public safety much more, rather expanded, as well as putting more physical people, more people on the street.
In being able to do something of that type, whether it happens to be education, whether it happens to be public safety, if you're looking at a pool of funds that you have, but you'd like to go ahead and have those improvements made, where would you get the funds from?
That's an excellent question. I'm not sure I can give you the appropriate answer at this point in time until I explore my avenues, but I think it goes to the point of saying we have to look at the budget, we have to strictly scrutinize that and see where, what we can do with the funds that are available and just assess the budget in a way that would help us to accomplish those goals that I have in my mind.
Are there any things that you've seen in the budget so far that you thought you might be able to set aside to allow you to have those funds to be able to pursue or increase the benefits that you're talking about without impacting the taxpayer?
Certainly. I've looked at the budget. I haven't strictly scrutinized at that point in time. Without having all that information available to me right now, I don't really want to make a definitive opinion as to what we can or cannot do.
Any big changes or goals that you would see that you'd like to have implemented as a result of your being voted on the City Council in the course of the next 2 years?
Of course. Like I said, I would like to get more patrolmen out there in the city of Haverhill. I want to allocate funds to ensure the betterment of our education, whether it be going to the school. I'm a tremendous supporter of the Hunking School. I think it's going to be a good thing for Haverhill, as well as trying to make sure we get the proper education for our children.
When you take a look from an educational standpoint, let's ask this. We have the North Point Bible College, Northern Essex Community College. We've got a lot of, I don't know of any other municipality that has as many neighborhood schools as does Haverhill. And in the being able to put the Hunking School together, they're talking about being able to shut down maybe the Greenleaf School and having those students absorbed from kindergarten to 8th grade at the Hunking School. Are there any other educational aspects, given the new technology that's afforded people generally, that you think the city of Haverhill should take advantage of? And I'm just citing a couple of things as far as being able to say that Harvard and MIT are offering their full calendar of courses free of charge, of course, to anybody that would want to partake of those, but you don't simply get credit for those courses. But the fact is, anytime you can get that type of quality knowledge for free cannot be a bad thing.
I couldn't agree with you more. Just to provide my own personal perspective, as a lawyer, I'm constantly researching. I'm going to researching issues, prepping for trials. I do a fair amount of trials, both civil and criminal. I draft motions, and I do attend a fair amount of continuing legal educational courses. So whenever you can get that opportunity, provide yourself with additional information, education, you should jump on that opportunity. Absolutely, I couldn't agree with you more.
If you take a look at what the City Council has done, let's say in the past couple of years, are there any decisions or votes that they've taken which you think perhaps should have gone a different direction?
That's a good question. I don't know how to respond to that.
Let me just ask you this question more specifically with just about half a minute.
Certainly.
The quick question is that under the cost of living increase that is before the council right now, it's in committee to discuss whether or not municipal retired employees should deserve a cost of living increase. The mayor has said, based upon his findings, they should not, because the economic impact is negative in the future. And or would the people that would benefit from that retirement cost of living increase be put at a disadvantage if they don't receive it? What's your take on the matter based upon what you know so far?
What I know so far, I did view one of that specific city council meeting in respect to that, God, I believe it was about a month ago. And it was interesting. I don't believe the city council was provided with all the information. So I think I understand where the mayor's coming from, but yet I understand where the retirees, the people that have dedicated their lives, banking on getting a pension, banking on getting benefits from having a municipal job. So I totally feel and understand where they're coming from, and also in respect to the rising costs of living, healthcare benefits. It's going to be real interesting once we get all the information as to which way to go. But
okay, that'll have to be the last word. Timothy Connors, running for his first term as a Haverhill City Councilor. We appreciate you being here today. We'll be back in just a moment.
Thanks for having me.